Thanks for tuning into the 6Three podcast. I'm your host, Joel, and my co-host, Ben. As you can see by our backgrounds, it is our college football preview week. But before we get to that point, we're going to do our last MLB redraft of the 1990s decade. We are in 1999. Very formidable class. I would reckon it's right up there with 95 as being one of the best ones. 98 was also a very good class. So I'm intrigued by this one. And I'll get first pick for this week. And my first pick is the active Albert Pujols.
Yeah.
And I'm probably, based on the depth of the position, I may go third base tentatively right now for Pujols. As of August 5, he has mashed a lot more homers since then. And he's now close to 700, but 296 batting average, 686 home runs, almost 2,200 RBIs, 117 stolen bases, 3,350 hits, 3 MVPs, Rookie of the Year, 11 All-Star games, 2 Gold Gloves, 6 Silver Sluggers, a batting title, and a borderline 100 WAR. So,
yeah,
and having a great year, and especially in this last month,
he's closing in on 700 here.
Toasting. So
he's closing in on 700 here, which is.
And you think he broke the MLB record for most different pitchers to hit a home run off of.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's a good pick. I will go with Miguel Cabrera here.
That's the right pick. Yep.
309, 506 homers. He's got 40 stolen bases. That's impressive. 3,074 hits, 2 MVPs.
That was 60 pounds ago.
Yeah, at least. 2 MVPs, a Triple Crown, 12 All-Stars, 7 Silver Sluggers, 4 batting titles, almost a 69 WAR. He's still playing. Yeah, I mean, I think right now, put him at first, but that could move around. Certainly could move around.
Yeah.
See what we end up doing here. But yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so the debate rages on, but I still don't see there is any separation between the two. Albert Pujols or Miguel Cabrera, who's better? To me, it's Albert Pujols, right? I mean,
to me, it's Pujols. Yeah, I mean, Pujols has the better numbers across the board. I think. I mean, as just a pure, I don't know, like average-wise, Cabrera might have him. I'm not 100% sure though.
Or doesn't have the better batting average, but
yeah, I mean, so I think just I don't know, like I think Pujols is better. But I think it's pretty. I mean, why? There's no reason to debate those two. They're just different players, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Cabrera is just a different kind of hitter than Pujols. Albert was more of a power guy the whole time. So I don't know. It's a debate, but I would probably go with Pujols.
I just think. I mean, obviously Cabrera's at like a 308 career average, and you have. Yep. Pujols at like a 296 career average, but like 296 still is nothing to scoff at either. Very so good. It's like he could still hit.
Yep.
So yeah, it's been an interesting one. All right, my next pick is going to be shortstop Jose Reyes. 283 hitter, 145 homers, 719 RBIs, almost 520 stolen bases, almost 2,200 hits, 4 All-Star games, a Silver Slugger, a batting title, a 37.5 WAR. He's 33rd all time in stolen bases.
Okay. I'm gonna pick Carl Crawford here. Go with an outfielder here. Hit 290, 136 homers, 766 RBIs, stole 480 bags, just under 2,000 hits, 4 All-Star games, Gold Glove, Silver Slugger, All-Star MVP, just under 40 WAR.
It's a good bet. I'll go with Justin Morneau here, first base. 281 hitter, 250 home runs, 985 RBIs, only 5 stolen bases, 1,603 hits, MVP, 4 All-Star games, home run derby champ, 2 Silver Sluggers. He's got a batting title and a 27 WAR.
Yeah. I'll go outfield again, I think, and I'll just go with Josh Hamilton here. Hit 290, 200 homers, 701 RBIs, stole 50 bags, over 1,100 hits, had an MVP, 5 All-Star games, 3 Silver Sluggers, batting title, 28.2 WAR. Probably the most ridiculous home run derby performance we've ever seen. At least at the time, the way it was kind of coming about. So I will go with Hamilton there.
All right. I will finish out this infield here with Brandon Phillips for second base.
Okay.
275 hitter, 211 homers, 951 RBIs, 210 stolen bases, 2029 for hits, 3 All-Stars, 4 Gold Gloves, a Silver Slugger, and a 28.5 WAR.
All right. I'll take Brian Roberts here.
Okay.
I'm at short for now.
Okay.
There's a bug down here. Sorry.
All right.
I killed it. Okay.
Finish here.
276, 97 homers, not a whole lot of power, 542 RBIs, had 285 stolen bases, over 1,500 hits, couple All-Star games, 29.5 WAR.
Okay. I like it. I'll go with right fielder Alex Rios here. 277 hitter, 169 homers, 795 RBIs, 253 stolen bases, almost 1,800 hits, 2 All-Star games, and almost 27.5 WAR.
Okay. I'll round out the starting outfield here. I'm going to go with Shane Victorino.
Ooh, good one.
275, 108 homers, 489 RBIs, had 231 stolen bases, over 1,200 hits, 2 All-Star games, 4 Gold Gloves, 31.5 WAR.
Yeah, I like that. I think it's pitching time.
Yep.
You don't have to go home, but you can't keep batting away. All right. Josh Beckett, I think I'm going to take over them. 332 started games, 138 wins, 3.88 ERA, over 1,900 strikeouts, 3 All-Star games, a World Series MVP, and over a 35.5 WAR.
All right. I will go with Jake Peavy then.
Yep, he was my next best option.
He tweeted at me once, so that was cool.
Did he really?
He did.
Even though you're private?
2013, I think it was, or something like that.
He was active.
Yeah, it was early Twitter time. 377 games started, 152 and 126, 3.63 ERA, over 2,207 strikeouts, won a Cy Young, won a pitching triple crown, 3 All-Star games, a Gold Glove, 39.2 WAR. I really like watching that guy pitch. Now he's on MLB Network, which is cool. So, and he tweeted at me once. So
can't be when he was active. So when he had less time to tweet.
Yeah.
So that's cool beans. All right, I'm going to take another starter, but a lefty. So I'm going to take Barry Zito as my next pitcher here. 421 game starter, which is the most out of all these pitchers in this one. 165 wins, a 4.04 ERA, almost 1,900 strikeouts. He's got a Cy Young, 3 All-Star games, and a 32 WAR.
Okay. Do you have any other good position players? I mean, there's probably a few solid ones still.
See, I felt like there's a drop-off. After you took Victorino, I was like,
Yeah, I'll take Johnny Peralta, though.
Yep, he was my next position player. And I'm like, I already got my shortstop.
So I'm going to slot him at third here. So 267, 202 homers, 173 RBIs, only stole 17 bags. I honestly hated watching him play, especially towards the end of his career, because he was so
when he was with the Tigers. Yeah.
Well, that, and it's just like, dude, what? He was just kind of a lazy player at the end. But
he had like 27 hitters in a season.
Yeah, he was a bad defender towards the end of his career. 1,700 hits, 3 All-Star games, 30.4 WAR. So.
All right. I still don't like the position players yet. I'm going to take my top closer, though, and I'm going to take J.J. Putz. 572 games, 37-33, 189 saves, a 3.08 ERA, 600 strikeouts, an All-Star game, and over a 13 WAR.
Okay.
Still some good pitching arms, but I think I'm probably going to take a
Certainly
break.
there's some good arms. I'm not too concerned about that. Yeah, I mean, I'll take Carlos Marmol.
It's a good move.
Pitching 519 games, 23 and 35 isn't a great record, but that's all right. 117 saves though, 3.57 ERA. Made an All-Star game, 9.8 WAR.
It's good. That's a underrated relief pitcher for sure.
Yep.
All right, man. I think I'm gonna take another really good pitcher because you just can't get enough of them. Give me John Lackey. 446 started games, 188 wins, which is the most out of all the pitchers in this class. 3.92 ERA, 2,300 strikeouts, an All-Star game, and almost a 37.5 WAR.
Yep. Not bad. Give me Marlon Byrd. I'm gonna take Marlon Byrd here. He's just an extra outfielder for now, and maybe a DH, but we'll see.
Okay. I think he's my next position player, so he'd probably be a good.
Yep, yeah. 275, 159 homers, 710 RBIs, stole 56 bags, over 1,500 hits, made an All-Star game, just under 26 WAR.
I like it. Yeah, he was my next position player available. So yep. I think every position player up to this point. I don't think I need to take him yet. I'm gonna wait on him. I'm gonna take Coco Crisp here next. Play center field, 265 hitter, 130 homers, 640 RBIs, 310 stolen bases, almost 1,600 hits, and a 29 WAR.
All right, I'll take Mark Ellis for my second baseman there. 262 hitter, 105 home runs, 550 RBIs, 82 stolen bases, over 1,300 hits, and 33.5 WAR. Now we're starting to fall off a little bit.
I'm probably gonna make. He's my next position player available, so I'm probably gonna make him a DH. That's Lyle Overbay.
Okay.
266 hitter, 151 homers, 675 RBIs, 20 stolen bases, they're over 1,350 hits, and a 16.5 WAR.
All right. I'm gonna take Ryan Domit, and he's gonna play catcher for me.
I like it.
264, 104 homers, 413 RBIs, 818 hits, and just about a 9 WAR.
Okay. All right. I think I'm gonna try to close out my outfield here. I'm gonna take Angel Pagan.
Okay.
280 hitter, 64 homers, 414 RBIs, 176 stolen bases, about 1,150 hits, and an 18 WAR. I just realized how much speed my team has right now. There's a lot of speed. I've got a lot of guys that are in like the 100+ stolen bases in the career.
Yeah, I actually have a decent amount. There's a lot of speed in this hole.
Yeah.
I mean, I also have Miguel Cabrera, who gives your team negative speed.
He's got I still think he's a 5-speed in MLB The Show 22.
Somehow they gave him. They had to make him get down to first base somehow. I'll take Ben Sheets as a pitcher here.
Okay.
He was a starter, but that's all right. 250 games started, 94-96, 3.78 ERA, over 1,300 strikeouts, 4 All-Star games, and a 23.2 WAR. I liked watching him pitch. He was just hurt too much.
Yeah. Let's see, who's this next position player I got here? All right, I'll probably make him a reserve outfield. I'll take Ryan Ludwig here.
Okay.
260 hitter, 155 homers, 587 RBIs, 17 stolen bases, 923 hits, an All-Star game, a Silver Slugger, and over an 11 WAR.
Okay. I'll probably take him as a reserve outfielder. Well,
you have Marlon Byrd though.
No, I'm going to take Omar Infante here as a reserve infielder.
Yeah.
271 hitter, 82 homers, 542 RBIs, 80 stolen bases, just over 1,400 hits, an All-Star game, and just under a 17 WAR.
You're gonna make the Tigers fans that vote for these lineups pretty happy with Johnny Peralta, Omar Infante, Miguel Cabrera.
And Cabrera, yeah. Yep.
All right. Let's see who I got here. I might make him my reserve infielder. I'll take Hank Blaylock here. Play
Okay.
corner infield. 269 hitter, 153 homers, 545 RBIs, 15 stolen bases, 960 hits, 2 All-Star games, and a 13.5 WAR.
Okay. Man. Some more arms here. Still some good guys out there. I just don't love them. I'll take I need a lefty. Give me Wandy Rodriguez. I know he's just more of a starter, but 263 games started, 97 and 98, 4.10 ERA, 1,200 Ks, or almost 1,300 Ks, and a 13.2 WAR.
Mm-hmm.
Wandy.
Remember him with the Astros.
Yep.
Let's see here.
They thought he was going to be awesome.
He had some stuff, man.
He did.
Let's see. Next available guy is one that I do not need. 2 catchers, and I think you took my favorite catcher. If I'm not mistaken, I think Domet was my best catcher.
If there's anything this group of this 99 draft is lacking is catchers.
Yeah, I'm noticing that. I had Domet at 38th best in this class, but that's that's ahead of all the other catchers.
I mean, Eric Munson has a negative WAR, so
I'm pretty sure it's going to be brutal trying to find a next catcher here for me. I'm
not taking a backup catcher. I'm telling you right now, so you can take whoever catcher you want. I'm just gonna have an emergency guy or something like.
Wandy Rodriguez will do that too.
Yeah, like we'll come up with something.
I don't think
Miguel Cabrera's huge rear end back there and just say, "Don't move."
No pass balls.
Right.
Oh man. You know what? I'm pretty sure Munson's the only other guy in this class that can play catcher.
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken. That sucks. I might wait on him.
I'm not gonna take him.
He needs to be Mr. Irrelevant. There's no way I want to take that
last. You can take him last. I'm fine with that.
Oh, sheesh. I guess my reserve player then that I'm gonna take, since there's no other catchers, I'm gonna make it Cody Ross.
Okay.
World Series hero for the Giants. 262 hitter, 132 home runs, 508 RBIs, 33 stolen bases, 904 hits, and a 13.5 WAR.
What else do I need?
Well, you're not taking a backup catcher, so you could take any one of those. We need more arms. I think other than a DH, and one more reserve player, and then those are your only position players needed. Then you still need 3 more.
I'm gonna take Willie Tavares just to add some speed.
Okay.
274, only 8 homers, 128 RBIs, but had 195 stolen bases, 662 hits, and a 5.1 WAR. And we'll move one of the other guys to DH, probably Marlon Byrd or.
Yeah.
I'll look at it later.
Yeah, I mean you'll still get to pick one more player yet too. So.
Yeah.
I think I just need a catcher, and obviously, I'm waiting for Munson. So.
Yep.
The inevitable has to come. You were smart to take Domet that early. At first, I was like, "Why are you taking Domet?" And I'm like,
"No." I looked through it, and I'm like, "These guys. This is the only guy with a pulse on it."
And Domet can still hit pretty decent.
Right. I was like, I mean, he was okay, so I'll just take that, and that's the only. I mean, I don't like him behind the plate, but that's the best I can do. So.
Yeah. I mean, definitely a huge upgrade over Munson. So, all right. So from here, I'm probably gonna go back to pitching. I will take Brett Myers here as another arm. 381 games, 252 of them were started, 97 and 96, 40 saves, a 4.25 ERA, almost 1,400 strikeouts, and over a 14.5 WAR.
All right. I'll take Luis Ayala.
Okay.
534 games, 38 and 47, had 19 saves, a 3.34 ERA, 367 Ks, and an 8.1 WAR.
All right, my next bullpen guy is another active pitcher. That's Oliver Perez.
Yep.
703 games pitched. 195 of them have been started. 74-94, 5 saves, a 4.37 ERA. 1,550 strikeouts, almost an 11 WAR. Maybe, I mean, he's active. He could still get more, but he hasn't pitched a whole lot this year as it is. And when he did pitch, I think his ERA this year was like a 13. So
He's very old.
Yep, he's 40, so don't blame him.
I'll take Jason Frazier. 679 games, 35 and 35, had 36 saves, a 3.49 ERA, and a 9.5 WAR.
So I need one more pitcher and a catcher. So I'm just going to take my last pitcher here. What I got? Yeah, I like his numbers. I've loaded up a lot on starting pitchers, so there's going to be a lot of those guys in the bullpen. Here comes another one. I am taking Aaron Harang. 381 started games, 128 wins, 4.26 ERA, 1,850 strikeouts, and a 20 WAR.
Yeah, I'm going to take one too here. I'm going to take Eric Bedard. He did actually pitch out of the pen a little bit. So 241 games, 230 of them he started, 71 and 82. Part of that's due to a horrible, horrible Baltimore team he was on most of the time. He did have a save, 3.99 ERA, over 1,200 Ks, and a 17.4 WAR.
Okay. All right, I will take Eric Munson here.
Yeah.
Because it has to be done. I can't have someone who doesn't know how to play catcher back there.
Really exciting.
Shoot. Yeah, it's not really worth writing home about for his numbers, and I almost just want to kind of slide right past it. But his numbers were 214 average, 49 home runs, 147 RBIs, 4 stolen bases, 226 hits, and a negative 1.4 WAR. I'm pretty sure I only typed him out, not only because he played for the Tigers and the name was memorable, but because when I was trying to find other catchers in this class, there were none. So had to go with Eric Munson just to get a second catcher in there.
Good. It's not good.
Yeah, not a good class for catchers.
All right, and I got to go with a position player.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't really love any of these. I'm going to take Willie Harris because I want to.
Willie Harris.
My guy right there. Where's his stupid? I saw him earlier on here.
Yeah, 238 hitter.
Yeah,
he's kind of right above Jason Frazier, so let's find Jason Frazier. You'll dig it.
Sorry, it's hiding from me here.
Mike Jacobs, Jason Frazier, Reed Johnson are right there.
Found it. Yeah. Outfielder and a second baseman, 238 hitter, 39 home runs, 212 RBIs. Did steal a lot of bags. He's very, very fast. 107 stolen bases, 580 hits, 3.3 WAR. He only played for like 7 or 8 years, if I remember, but won a World Series with the White Sox in 05. So that's why I'm taking him.
I just want to take another pitcher just for kicks. It's a really good class. I'm going to take Brandon Lyon here as my last guy. You know, I wanted Eric Munson to be my last guy, but it's a really good class for pitchers, and it feels wrong to let some of these guys go undrafted. So 572 games pitched, 21 started, 42-47, 80 saves, a 4.16 ERA, 465 strikeouts, and a 6.5 WAR.
Yep.
Sure, you can find another pitcher in there too. I think my next.
I like Mike McDougal.
Yeah, Mike McDougal. I was gonna say Mike McDougal is my second best available. I still had Chris Capuano.
Yep.
But
I'll take Mike McDougal as a reliever though. 407 games, 3 games started, 18 to 23, 71 saves, ERA right at 4, 325 Ks. Did make an All-Star game and right about a 4 WAR.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so next, the best player I had available still, there's a couple position players I still liked. Reed Johnson had some decent numbers there. Garrett Jones had some decent numbers. Those are my next 2 guys available. They were both next to each other at 29 and 30. And then it drops to Capuano at 35. Matt Guerrier at 40. Colby Lewis at 42. Jason Jennings, 43.
I like Colby Lewis as a starter. I mean, there's way
Yeah.
better starters in this.
Byung-Hyun Kim at 45. Danys Baez at 48. Jon Rauch at 49. Manny Corpas at 50 and Mike Jacobs at 51. Those are the only guys that I had ranked. I mean, there's obviously other names still in here. Lew Ford is in here, Willie Bloomquist, Kevin Mench, but
Yeah, those are guys that I remember watching play quite a bit, but
mostly rotational players at the end, kind of platoon. So
Lew Ford played.
All right, well we drafted our 40 guys pretty much here. So
I think this would be interesting. I doubled down on you. I don't know. I think it's actually pretty even. I don't know. I'll look at it again, but I think that this one's been pretty good. I think there were enough.
I definitely loaded up on the pitching early with getting Beckett, Zito, Lackey, Putz. You know, that's pretty good. Obviously, you still have PV and Sheets and Marmol on some stuff. So, like, I mean, you have arms that you can't complain about. I liked your outfield with Crawford, Hamilton, and Victorino. But then I love my infield.
Down on the outfield early because I was like, all right, I see where you're going with the pitching. So I'm like, I'm just going to finish out the outfield and make sure
And then I started out pretty strong too with the infield with Pujols and Morneau and Phillips and Jose Reyes. That's pretty solid, right?
Yeah, there. I wanted Reyes. I was hoping you'd take somebody else before you took Reyes because I was going to take Reyes.
I made a spreadsheet.
But as soon as you did that, I was like, all right, I'm going to the outfield right now then.
Yeah, it was a smart move. I had Reyes ranked third on my list, and you went right in order. I took Pujols, you went Miggy, then I had Reyes, then I had Morneau, and then you took Carl Crawford at 4. So that was a smart move. That's why I can see why maybe you skipped on Morneau.
The reason I didn't do Morneau is because I already had Cabrera.
Yep.
I was like, all right.
Yeah, I mean, you could put Cabrera left field, right field, or third base.
Or I could DH one of them or something, but I'm like, no, there's enough. Because I looked at it, I'm like, there's enough depth and good players around. That was like, if I just stack up on the outfield, like, I'll get it figured out.
Yeah, I mean, if we win another 15 picks, I'm sure Nate Robertson would have been picked somewhere in that window.
No.
Never. I would take Eric Munson twice.
I would take anything. Yeah, I might. Nate Robertson was horrible. I mean, he had the one very good year. He won like 15 games one year.
And he had but still his one good year still was like a 3.68 ERA. That was his best year. And then he had like a 7.15 ERA and when he pitched 28 games.
And he just chomped on gum and he made me angry watching him.
And he wore douchey glasses.
Yeah, I just didn't like him very much.
He was a Tiger and I didn't like him.
He was bad.